Hello everyone and welcome to this podcast. It is the next in a series giving a behind-the-scenes view of a new feature film, The Adventures of Sleepy the Magical Bear, the movie. We've already talked to the writer, the artists and the technicians and some of the actors in previous podcasts. They have come together in their hundreds to make Sleepy, the children's book character, come to life. Why would they do this for no pay? To raise money for NHS Charities Together. There are many Sleepy stories, 16 so far, and counting, all written by David D.M. Rivers. This film covers the first book in the series. Today we shall meet an actress, Andrea Richardson, who plays the role of Mrs. Murray. Hello, Andrea, and thank you for joining us.
Hello, Simon. Thank you for inviting me to join you on your podcast.
An absolute pleasure. Now, can you tell us something about your character, Mrs. Murray?
I can tell you a little bit. In reality, she's actually not a large role for this production, but she is Olive's mother, and she meets Sleepy when he helps Olive, her daughter, get better.
I see. And who is Olive?
You'll find out.
Have you been doing a lot of acting before this?
Yes, I have. I've been acting since I was about 5-6 years old. I was in lots of school productions as a kid, and I did performing arts at school in sixth form. Then I moved to London, and London life took over, and my relationship took first place, so I didn't do as much acting. But as time moved on, I returned to joining a drama group, and I do amateur dramatics. I also sing. I was in a choir, and I'm currently in a band as well as doing solo singing. And I got into audio narration in about 2014 when I was asked to record an audio book, and it went online. And since then, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing some more of that. And then a certain P word hit us. And like a lot of actors, everything went online. And I actually found that my narration and audio drama work massively went up exponentially. I did several online audio dramas, much more narration and acting, and I've really got into it now. And I really enjoy it. It's a great, fun hobby. It is a hobby. Most of the stuff I don't get paid for what I do.
How did you find out about this film?
So I applied through one of the acting networks, online acting websites, when I saw it advertised to play a role of one of the animals. And at that time, it was going to be an animation with live action. I was going to play one of the live action animals. And we went as far as filming. I had a costume. I had face makeup. I taught myself how to do the animal makeup, and we got as far as filming it. I had set up, I had put a green screen in my flat. This is during COVID. I put a green screen on my wall. I had David and one of the other directors on two different, on a tablet and phone, and was filming on my phone. And yeah, we filmed this entire scene with my animal character. Then that stopped. David changed what he wanted. The story itself changed a bit. So yeah, that wasn't needed. But David very kindly asked me to continue working with the project, which I was thrilled to do.
So you very kindly did as well, yes. Well, that's a considerable amount of effort you put in for that. It's just the business of setting up the green screen can cause large numbers of problems, but getting into makeup and costume and then acting as an animal, so it must have been considerably easier to do it as a voiceover.
Definitely. At least as a voiceover, I can just sit at my computer at home and I don't have to dress up as anything.
Because you're a human.
Like anyone.
I presume Mrs. Murray is a human.
She is, yes.
She is a human. So in recording your audio for Mrs. Murray, you'd use your Super Snowball mic from your professional life.
Yes. When I started using my laptop more and getting into doing more narration and audio dramas, I decided to invest in the right kit. So I spent a bit more money getting a quality microphone. And I also have a pop screen. I also have a miniature sound booth. So for those people who have seen sound booths and they're all covered in corrugated egg boxes and stuff like that, I have a mini version of that, which I can put up around the microphone if needed.
Yes, I
And,
built one of cardboard and egg boxes as well.
I think it's worth investing. I don't get paid for most of what I do, but it is important to get it right, in my opinion. And yes, they do like quality, and it has made a difference. I think it's definitely worth investing in that sort of thing if you're going to take this seriously.
And how do you pre-process or post-process your audio? Do you edit it yourself?
I do. Again, self-taught. I've never done anything like that before. I just use an online available program. I use Audacity.
Indeed, so do I. Yeah.
It works absolutely fine for my requirements. It's a perfectly usable piece of technology and not that difficult, even for someone who's not the best at technology. I'm pretty good, but this piece of kit is absolutely fine for home use. If you want to be really pro, then you'll get one of the more expensive paid for products, I'm sure. But Audacity is absolutely fine for home recording use.
I found, and there's a free program called Descript that is capable of taking unfortunate background noises out completely and making a not particularly good sound recording sound as if it was recorded in a studio. It's got a bit in it called Studio Sound. I don't get any money for saying this either, but I'm just so impressed by what can be.
One up.
Would you like to be involved in any further Sleepy films?
Yes, absolutely. I'm happy to work with David and the team again. They're a lovely bunch of people that have given me a lot of opportunities and involved me in the production, such as doing things like this with you. And I've done another couple of online interviews. I think we've got a radio interview coming up. So there's all sorts of little bits and pieces that make it a fun project to stay involved in. So if the opportunity arises, I will hopefully be available.
Well, I hope we can work together in future. I play Uncle Gordon and I got a cake in the face.
Right.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Andrea. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And let's see how well the world responds to the adventures of Sleepy the Magical Bear, the movie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon.